So I was very, very bad in the month of March because I spent money that I couldn't really afford to spend on a ton of books. So let's go through what I actually bought, what I'm excited to read, and books that I bought because they're pretty. First up we have the infamous Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare, and this is the first book in the Dark Artifices series. And I'm not having a very good day today when it comes to pronouncing things, but I tried to read this book already, but I was kind of on the edge of a reading slump, so I didn't really get around to finishing it. But I did read like 24 pages, so go me. I've heard a lot of great things about this book so far. This is like a series that is with the Shadow Hunters, so you guys heard of the Mortal Instruments and the Infernal Devices. This is another series that involves them. Should be good. Gonna read it one day. It is a brick of a book, but I'll get there. And this next one I've heard a lot of good things about, and that is This Is Where It Ends by Marieke Nijkamp. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And this is a book that's set over like the 50 hours of a school shooting that happens, and I can just tell now it's going to be super emotional and crazy and just eye-opening at the same time. First Life by Gina Showalter, and I have heard a little bit about this book on Tumblr. It has some really good reviews, but I am going to probably get around to reading that eventually. So from what I can gather about this book, it is about a girl who is called 10, and they live in this place where there's like 2 worlds, and First Life is one of the worlds, but when you die it's kind of like you go to another one, but I'm not sure if there's like 2. But it sounds pretty confusing, but it sounds like it's also a good idea from what I can understand of it, so it's going to be pretty interesting to watch this one unfold. I bought this next book purely for the author who wrote the Slated trilogy, and that is Terry Terry and her new book, Book of Lies, and pretty much this cover is like pretty intriguing from the beginning anyway, so of course I had to pick it up. So these are 2 twins that have never known each other when something bad brings them together. One of them has control of darkness and the other one is known as the Key, and pretty much they have to kind of learn to trust each other to break a curse that has been placed on them. But it sounds like it's going to be pretty tricky because like, do they trust each other? Who's lying? Who's telling the truth? And it's just all going to get turned around and hopefully create one awesome story. Cruel Crown by Victoria Aveyard, which is 2 short stories from the Red Queen series. My Sister Rosa by Justine Labralestia, and this one is probably going to be a very, very heartbreaking book. It is about 2 siblings. One is called Chi and his sister is called Rosa, and his sister is kind of going down this like a dark path where, you know, things that normally don't happen to her are happening, and he feels the need to protect her, and it's definitely gonna be heartbreaking. Stars Above, which is a story collection from the Lunar Chronicles. So if you guys have read Cinder, Scarlet, Cress and Winter, you guys will want to go and pick this one up because it is pretty much just like a few continuings from the story, and it kind of wraps that entire series up. And I finally got around to buying it, but The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan. There were no other books in that series on the shelves, so I just thought that this first one better not be so good that I have to quickly like rush to go and buy them from any bookstore that has the rest. But yes, need I say more, Rick Riordan, wonderful sarcastic author who's really good at writing books about gods, and yes, I can't wait to read this one. And I also treated myself this month to another Barnes & Noble leatherbound book, which is The Side of Paradise and Other Classic Works by F. Scott Fitzgerald, and this one has gold trim pages, and it's just absolutely beautiful, and it has a like wonderful new book smell. And The Weight of Feathers by Anna Marie McLemore, and I have been wanting to get this book now for quite some time because it has been described as similar to The Night Circus, which is like this beautifully told story, and just reading what this book is about in the blurb, it is going to be fantastic. I mean, I think I'm already like half in love with the book. And I have already read all of like the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, but I did not know that there was a graphic novel until I saw it on the shelves, and I thought, I'm reading this because I loved the Percy Jackson series, and now I can kind of have a little bit more visual into it all. But just looking at that, that is not how I picture Percy. Let's see just how it goes. I have a friend who has been pestering me for like at least 6 months to read this next book, and when I saw it there, I kind of decided that I'll do the right thing and actually buy it. This is the first book in the Skullduggery Pleasant series by Derek Landy, and this cover's pretty cool, and I'm pretty excited to read it. It should be really good. This is like a middle grade book series, I'm pretty sure, but I have been told it can be quite celebratory, so I just know that I'm going to enjoy it. So this is Grimm's Fairy Tale Selected Stories illustrated by Yan Legendary, and basically look at that cover, straight up, you know, fall in love with it. The back of it too, and even better, right, is if you guys can read these trims here. It says, "Mirror, mirror, here I stand, who is the fairest in the land?" And basically the illustrations inside are absolutely wonderful too. Like, look at that style. I kind of recommend people who like aesthetically pleasing books and fairy tales to go and pick this up, because it is truly one of the most beautiful books that I now own in my library. Now I am so torn, because part of me is happy to have treated myself to some good books, but the other half of me is so like distraught right now, because looking at my TBR shelf, I don't have room to fit them all on. Which means that Tilly and her books, is officially going on to a book buying ban, and as much as that breaks my heart to say, have to do it, because I've just ordered like another 8 books that are gonna arrive in the next few weeks. So I better start reading to clear up some space on that shelf. So that is all from me today. I will be back again soon, and until then, you guys just stay cool, read some awesome books, and enjoy this new month of April. And yeah, that's kind of it.